Mike's mother sat alone, her heart uneasy. Each time she prayed, her spirit refused to rest. Something was wrong, and she could feel it deep inside her chest. She called Mike and spoke gently, like a mother who truly cared. Her voice was soft but serious. She warned him that the woman in his life was not good for him. She told him she felt darkness around Julie, a kind of danger she could not explain with words. On the other end of the call, Mike frowned. His face tightened with irritation. He shifted uncomfortably, shaking his head. He brushed off her words without thinking twice. He told himself his mother was only being old-fashioned. He defended Julie strongly, insisting she loved him and meant no harm. As the call ended, Mike's mother held her phone tightly and sighed. Mike, however, walked away annoyed, his mind closed. Unknown to him, the hold on his heart was already strong. Despair was already doing its work. Mike went ahead and married Julie, ignoring every warning and every piece of advice given to him. The wedding was luxurious with friends and family all in attendance, including Mike's mother, who throughout the wedding was unhappy. Around him, family members whispered among themselves. Their faces were filled with fear and concern. His mother watched quietly, her eyes heavy with worry. She forced a weak smile, but her heart was breaking. After that day, things began to change. Slowly, without even noticing, Mike started drifting away from the woman who carried him for 9 months and raised him with love. Calls reduced. He stopped visiting. The distance between Mike and his mother grew wider. After the wedding, Mike and Julie returned to the hotel where they had been staying before the ceremony. Inside the quiet room, Julie rested her head on Mike's shoulder. Her voice was soft, but her words were sharp. She told him she noticed his mother's unhappy face all through the wedding. She said it calmly, like it was nothing. She told Mike that if his mother would ever become a problem in their marriage, then he should cut her off completely. Mike did not argue. He did not think deeply. He only nodded his head in agreement, not fully understanding what he was accepting. In the days that followed, Julie slowly began to change. She started pushing Mike to do things he normally would not do. She demanded expensive shopping trips. She pushed for paid vacations and designer clothes, shoes, and bags. Mike kept agreeing even when it made him uncomfortable. One day, without telling Mike, Julie withdrew 2 million naira from his account. She used the money to buy herself a brand new phone, the latest iPhone 17 Pro Max. When Mike found out, he did nothing. He said nothing. He swallowed his anger and kept quiet. Each time Mike wants to react, Julie goes to her secret shrine within the house to call his name repeatedly. This is exactly what happens when one decides to pay deaf ears to the advice of their parents. Julie's spending did not stop there. She continued living a very extravagant life. She kept asking for more, and each time Mike gave in. Soon, she asked him to put all his properties in her name. Houses, assets, everything. Without thinking clearly, Mike agreed. One day, while moving around the city, Mike ran into Harry, the same friend who had once warned him about Julie. They decided to sit at a nearby restaurant to talk. As soon as Harry sat down, he noticed that Mike was no longer the same person. His face looked tired. He had lost weight. Even the way he carried himself had changed. Harry studied him closely, asking simple questions. Mike smiled weakly and brushed everything off, acting like nothing was wrong. He laughed it away and said life was fine. But Harry could see through it. The old Mike was gone, and something was clearly wrong. As they continued talking, Mike finally opened up. In a low voice, he mentioned that Julie had asked him to put all his properties in her name. The moment Harry heard this, his face changed. He sat upright, his eyes wide with shock. Harry was furious. He raised his voice, forgetting where they were. He told Mike plainly that he could not allow him to make such a terrible mistake. He warned him strongly reminding him of everything he had worked so hard to build. At that moment, Harry knew this was no longer something to ignore. Something had to be done, and it had to be done fast.